I found this image that come from the English TV that announced the first show Dior in the Savoy Hotel. And the title in the TV was the Dior Circus Coming Town. I think that when I arrived in Dior, everybody spoke to me about Dior is a feminine brand. But what I mean to be feminine today, what I mean to speak about women today, we grew up with this idea to compete more each other. I think it's another time. We have to support each other. I feel very strong this responsible to give a space to other women, to give their point of view in my job. Also, work with this female circus was very important for me because you see the relationship between the clothes and the body in a different way. I think that I have to consider that the couture is for a small audience. So, for example, in couture, you can do also unbelievable craftsmanship that is not easy to produce, but we can do because we have our atelier, so it's possible. If you work in pret-a-porter, sometimes the same thing are not possible to do because the request is so high that it's impossible to make another atelier. So I have to use also my creativity, like I can express the same creativity, but in a way that is possible to produce. This is the first time that we use jersey in Dior. Dior heritage is the drape. In his archive there are a lot of drape in satin duchesse, this kind of material that necessarily support like a corset. That's now is really stiff, really uncomfortable for the style, the life that we have like women. We have to think that this brand born in 50, where the temperature, the climatic situation was complete, and the style of life of the women was completely different. Before to arrive in Dior, I never think in a way that very strategic about the brand, because I don't think it's possible to do if you don't go inside the company. So when I arrived, there was a moment in my personal life that I feel to speak about freedom. Probably in some way the designer, all the designer, I think they express something that is very close with themselves. And there was a moment where I decided to change my life. I decided to move in another country. I decided to test myself in a new project. And so this kind of new starting point moved me to look at the house Dior, at the value of Dior in a very freedom way. The point of view was at the initial not to attract the young generation. I want to speak with the new generation because I want to move this brand in the future. My reference is my kids. They are 25 and 22. I think if I want to move Dior in the future, the dialogue is with them, with this generation. There are something that impressed me when I found my job in exhibition and when I found my job in a book, because I never imagined to be there, especially an important museum like V&A, because it's a historical museum for fashion. When I pass around the museum, I found also another dress that I made before in another company there. That's impressed me because I say, oh my God, I am here in two different moments and I never imagined. So for me, it's an important thing. It's something that I never imagined in my life. It's very important to know, to understand the culture, the history of the country, if you want to understand the brand. And you have to find a good balance between your reference and the reference of the brand. That's the key things if you want to work in a brand that is not your brand.